What's up guys, it's Anna, and today I'll be creating an art piece depicting how Jesus treated the women he encountered and my thoughts on how this can be applied to us women today in the 21st century. I'm starting out by inking the picture with my Stradler pens, which I really love. I'll be using two tibs, the 0.8 and 0.3. The thickness is different as you can tell, but it's subtle enough that it creates the effect that I need. So this is Jesus. He's standing in a garden full of flowers. There's all different kinds and different colors from different roots, but he doesn't remain with his own, who are under the tree at the top of the hill. I'll explain what that means later. In the background, there are people watching him, like Pharisees, disciples, and just regular people. He's aware of that, but is unbothered by it, and continues walking among the flowers. Everyone else, as you can see, remains at a distance. As Jesus continues to walk, he finds this bush. It gets his attention and he seeks it out, even though there's nothing particularly attractive about it and he's never seen it before, but he chooses it anyway. He doesn't mind climbing the hill to get there because his heart is really set on those flowers. He also doesn't mind that other people are probably watching him. Once he's been at the bush, he picks a flower and holds it like it's gonna fall apart at any moment. But that's not really what he's concerned about. He wants her to become the beautiful rose she was made to be, so he begins to pick off her dead leaves and thorns one by one. So as these dead leaves and thorns fall to the ground, so does the blood from his hands from the thorns and nail marks. You guys probably know where I'm going with this and what this parallels to in the Bible, but I'll explain it anyway in a minute. So the job's almost done. Now that she's pure, Jesus rushes to put her in living water, all the while holding her with care, delicacy, and love. So once he gets back to his vase, he puts her inside it and she's united with flowers and plants of different types, roots, and colors, all sought out. Again, you probably know where I'm going with this. Together they form a beautiful bouquet, who are all alive in the living water of Christ. Now that I've finished inking out the drawing, I'm going to go over top with watercolors. These are the paints I'll be using. They're the Pentel ones. I really like them because they're nice and really pigmented. So while I mix these paints, I think it's important to mention something historical to help you follow a little bit what I'm going to be explaining. Ancient Jewish times were extremely patriarchal, which meant that men were the head of the family and just in general. So women didn't hold a whole lot of respect. They were kind of like second-class citizens. The fact that Jesus reaches out to them, as I'll explain in a minute, was very significant, especially going counter to the culture of the time. So basically what this meant is that women shouldn't leave their homes unless they were going to the synagogue or marketplace, where they were never to be greeted by men. In other words, being a woman meant being vulnerable and looked down upon. What Jesus does to change this is he engages in meaningful conversation with women in public. So public means outside, but more importantly in the presence of those who held significant social status. He purposely seeks them out. This includes branching off from the Jewish society considered to be under the favor of God. Jesus seeks this woman out, but she's fallen and sinful. In order for her to be pure, there needs to be the shedding of blood, as Hebrews 9:22 tells us. So as he's picking off her dead self and sin, his blood falls with it. Jesus treated women with such respect in the way that he spoke to them, which was very contrary to the culture of the time. An example of this is the ill woman that Jesus called daughter. Now that Christ has redeemed this woman, she joins all the others that have been saved by him and that now live in his life. This is an image of how heaven is filled with all different kinds of people, Jew, Gentile, men, and women. So here's the finished art piece now that it's dry. I'd like to think that this project has definitely helped me think about what it means to be a daughter of Christ, and I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this. Please comment down below if you'd like to see more of these in the future. I'll definitely be making more. Comment what kind you'd like to see. Thanks!